No! God, please, no! 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 No!
That's a sampling of the emotions running through the PlayStation community right now. And the last one might be the Xbox community. Yes, it is absolutely crazy what's happened here over the last couple hours. As shout out to Hazard Gaming had found something and made a post regarding a job posting from PlayStation. Can't hide this one, right? This is official. Actually from PlayStation with a job posting confirming the plans of their multi-platform third-party future. The thing that many of us, including me, I didn't even know. I figured games of service games, live service games, all this kind of stuff. I figured those were going to be coming sooner than later. Obviously, Helldivers 2 was already announced. That's a kind of a precursor to all of this, I think. And now we have confirmation of just like a grander strategy, not just Xbox, but also everywhere. PlayStation is going full ass third party, much like Xbox did last year. We had a full year in 2024 of crying, dooming and glooming, people saying, why do I even need to get an Xbox? Oh, Xbox is getting out of the console space. All this shit, all of these things, because they decided to start putting games on PlayStation and other places. This actually started even back before when they first started putting their games on PC. I remember PlayStation guys saying for a long time, oh, they'll never put games on PC. Well, they did that. Oh, they'll never put games on PC day and date. Well, they're doing that. And also, then they'll never put games on Xbox. Well, they're already doing that. And lots more to come. So maybe the Xbox news of 2024 was just kind of a precursor to everything that's happening in the grander scheme of things. And I don't see a lot of people going out there saying, there's no reason to own a PlayStation. PlayStation's getting out of the console space. They're not going to be even any reason to make hardware anymore if they're putting your games in other fucking places. Come on now. We all see where the industry's been going. We talked about it last year. And now, confirmation, PlayStation is headed in that same direction that Xbox has carved the path for, much like they usually do in the industry. They've taken the bad news and the brunt of things for everybody else, and they're going first. Now everybody else can just kind of slide on in and do their own thing. It's like, hey, they took the blows. They took the negativity, took the press. We'll just sneak on in there and just do it without anybody noticing. Well, we fucking noticed this job posting thanks to Hazard Gaming posting that. Yeah, the console wars are over, right? Cyber Gunter. Yeah, it's games for everyone, breaking down the fucking barriers. I want to see all games on all platforms. I want to see everybody be able to play every single fucking game. Nintendo, yeah, they're probably not going to do anything for a while, whatever. But let's get into this job posting from PlayStation and tell everybody what's up and what's actually going on here. Alvin with a $2 super chat first off says, so about that Insomniac Spider-Man post? Yeah, that seems interesting now too, doesn't it, right? You know, I think we can expect to see lots of franchises come over to Xbox, and the questions are which one's first. You know, I think that the back catalog of games that have kind of, you know, it's funny, me and Pong talked about this the other day, I think with Fuzzy as well, on FSP in the PM Ultimate, about will we see PlayStation end up starting to do this kind of thing, and will it be possible to see, you know, back catalog kind of titles and stuff move over because they've kind of met their cap of what they're doing, right? And well, I guess the answer to that question is yes. So let's get into this. Let's get into this fucking job posting, everybody. It's very interesting stuff here. We got let me just read the title for you. Senior Director, Multiplatform and Account Management. Well, let's get into this here. Overview for this job. Reporting to the Vice President, Commercial Management as Senior Director of Multi-Platform and Account Management. You will play a critical leadership role in shaping and executing the global commercial strategy for PlayStation Studio software titles across all digital platforms beyond PlayStation hardware, including Steam, Epic Game Store, Xbox, Nintendo, and mobile. This role is accountable for optimizing title profitability, ensuring cross-functional alignment, and leading a high-performing team focused on multi-platform expansion. Let me read that part again. Leading a high-performing team focused on multi-platform expansion. I've already seen some out there trying to downplay this, trying to say, well, it's probably just like MLB The Show and stuff, because they already put those in other. Yeah, let me read this. Expansion, multi-platform expansion. They're going above and beyond anything they've done before with the multi-platform strategy at PlayStation. They are going third party, everybody. Mid-range commercial planning and platform partner management. Let's see. Key responsibilities. Multi-platform strategy leadership. Oversee the out-of-year commercial strategy for PlayStation Studio titles across all non-PlayStation platforms. Driving long-term revenue growth and audience reach. Well, we've talked about this numerous times, how the console market is tapped out. Yeah, they're still selling consoles, but they're selling the same fucking consoles to the same people that have been playing on PlayStation for a very long time. They're not growing their audience. So what's the way to sell more games? Well, you put games in more places. Let's see. Cross-functional planning. Lead the commercial contribution to PlayStation Studios mid to long-range planning, ensuring SIE leadership is informed with data-driven insights and strategic perspectives. Studio partnership and influence. Act as a primary commercial liaison and escalation point for heads of production and studio leads, securing alignment and buy-in on go-to-market strategies and publishing policies. Let's see. Go-to-market execution. Partner with marketing, product, and global publishing teams to develop and execute cohesive launch plans and life cycle strategies for multi-platform titles. Commercial account management. Lead platform relations across PC and console ecosystems. Steam, Epic, Xbox, Nintendo. Ensuring strong collaboration, promotional effectiveness, and performance optimization. This is interesting. Team leadership. Now, this one's very interesting because leading a team, right? Direct and develop a team of senior managers across multi-platform strategy, account management, platform sales, and planning. Direct reports include Director, Multi-Platform Strategy and Account Management, Senior Manager, Platform Sales, Xbox and PC, Manager, Platform Planning and Performance, PC and Xbox. It's obviously clear as day here with what's going on over at PlayStation, and they've said numerous times that hey, they are becoming more multi-platform. They've said it in the past, and well, we see that this job posting really dives into that as far as, hey, this is a strategy that they are pursuing. They are going all in on this, and the question is just how's the rollout? What do we expect? And that's the thing we don't know right now. Like, as far as what we could see, I think within the next year, maybe a few of the older titles end up coming over, and then kind of like Xbox, eventually they start getting into things where, everything kind of comes closer, or even some day and date as well. But yeah, I think you're gonna start to see a lot of news going in this direction for a while now. So absolutely crazy to see, and kind of unexpected news for a Friday night. Cyber Gunter, welcome to the speculators, bro. Appreciate you joining up on the speculation train. Absolutely appreciate you, Cyber Gunther. I saw you made that post. MAVCast. We need a MAVCast tonight, dude. I was like, yeah, I guess we do, because I got a lot to say about this shit. Mac 22TH54, member for 5 months, says, "Hello all. I miss anything?" Yeah, just a little bit, bro. Just a little bit. We got plenty to cover here. Alvin says, "No mention of live service games specifically. This is just broadly games in general." Yeah, they said multi-platform titles. Question is, which ones are going to be multi-platform, right? I don't know. I think overall, like, when you start doing that, when you start to see the sales pick up and you start making a few more million sales per title, well, why not do them all? I think the thing that people are realizing is, guess what? It doesn't fucking hurt anybody. Like, people are entrenched in their ecosystems. Xbox gamers are happy. We got lots of games coming out. We're either playing on Xbox, we're playing on PC. You got Game Pass. You know, we're so many first party titles. You know, overall, I think Xbox's community in general, like, if you can see all the arguing and bullshit stuff on Twitter and stuff like that, but beyond that, like, general, like, as an Xbox fan, hey, like, if you got an Xbox, you got Game Pass, you got shit tons of stuff to look forward to. You get your friends list, you got your library of games. You're not gonna fucking just get rid of all that library and stuff just because you're pissed off that Xbox put a game somewhere else. We got new consoles coming in the future with potentially being hybrid, where they're well, actually not even potentially now, as Sarah Bonds pretty much said that. They're gonna have multiple storefronts on their next console, so you're gonna have more access to games anyway. And as far as PlayStation goes, well, they were kind of one of the holdouts that everybody was wondering what they were going to do. We saw the news with Helldivers 2. We saw, Lego Horizon went to Nintendo right away, and there's rumors that's coming to Xbox. And then also, you see those tweets from, like, Insomniac and things like that, and people start to get their interest peaked, or like, what's going on there. But yeah, overall, I think we see the direction now. And for them to actually have a job posting full of other leadership positions that will be answering to this is actually a bigger thing that they're doing. It's not just like hey, like, we're going to put this one game over there because it's like a games of service, live service game type situation. It's more of we have a new strategy of making more money. We are going to make more money off of more gamers and sell our games to more people that aren't going to buy our console. And hey, that's a good strategy to have going into the future here, where access to games is very crucial. Digital libraries is percentage of gamers that use digital is increasing as well. So access to games immediately from multiple places is going to be crucial for that. So yeah, kudos to them for doing this. It's funny to see the difference of reaction from when the Xbox news first came out. When there was all these rumors swirling, all this dooming and glooming for a year about the death of Xbox and all this stuff, is people saying it's gonna be Microsoft, it's no longer Xbox, or all these things, no reason to buy Xboxes, all this other kind of stuff. And you're not gonna see that for PlayStation. You're not gonna see those people saying that, and instead they're just gonna be like, okay, hey, good for gamers. Awesome, we all win. Why didn't we all fucking win when Xbox did it? Why didn't we all win and celebrate when Xbox did it first? I just remember a bunch of fucking crying, like, well, PlayStation isn't doing it too. It's not fair. They get our games, but we're not getting theirs. Well, look at it now. Somebody's got to be fucking first. Xbox was first. And guess what? Xbox gamers are going to get the PlayStation games too. Which ones? I don't know. How many? I don't know. We still don't even know how many, which ones for sure, or when for all the Xbox titles. I think most of them are going to be day and date, but it's not necessarily certain for everything. PlayStation, it's going to be unclear for a while. You're going to start to see different things happen. You're going to see announcements happen, and everything will just kind of happen as they occur. And we'll all be like, okay, cool, that one's coming to Xbox. Hey, awesome. It starts this August with fucking with Helldivers. I already own it on PC. I don't need to buy it again. But yeah, they were already going more multi-platform to begin with, as they've been starting to put games on PC more. I think one of their first party published titles actually hit PC in day and date this year as well, which is a single player game too. It's one of the Soulsy looking games. I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, absolutely. As gamers, I think we all win. When everybody was crying last year, everybody was dooming and glooming and stuff, I was like, hey, this doesn't affect me in a negative way. We were trying to tell people, like, if you're an Xbox gamer, this doesn't affect you in any kind of negative way. And look at it now. Maybe in the turn, maybe them going first actually kind of affects Xbox gamers in a positive way. If Xbox doing this first led to this decision by PlayStation in any kind of way, for me, that's a benefit to Xbox gamers, as Xbox gamers are actually going to get PlayStation games too. Look at that. See how funny the things work in this world. Don't overreact too soon. It's good when you get to control the message. Something Xbox is horrible with. And when they have had opportunities, they try to. A lot of times they fumble the ball on it because they go too far in one direction, or they make like overly committed statements and stuff. But PlayStation's guilty of that too. Just, what was it, last year? They talked about, well, we're not shifting our strategy or all this other kind of stuff. Meanwhile, in interviews with like financial things and stuff like that, they're talking about, well, we're going more multi-platform. Jim Ryan was even saying that shit when he was there. So overall, we see what's going on. Shout out to everybody for joining tonight, impromptu stream. Appreciate you being here. See you, Special Nick. Shout out to you. You were under the gun a little bit this week, Special Nick, for that Fable news, Fable rumor. We'll see how true that is. I don't know, man. And my hopes are still on into 2026. Crossing my fingers. That's one of my most anticipated games. I hope Fable's not pushed to 2027, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. It's up in the air, I guess. Any game until it releases is up in the air, I guess, until it actually comes out. Cybergunter says, I herald his beginning. I herald your end. I herald Phil Spencer Galactus. Yeah, shout out to Fantastic Four movie. Saw that last night with my beautiful wife Caitlin and my daughter. And this movie actually prompted her to maybe become a Marvel fan, which is pretty fucking awesome. Because the first thing she said after that movie was over is, can we see Avengers Doomsday? It's like, fuck yes, we can. Hell yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see the reaction, or like I said, I've already seen some downplaying from people like, this is just that, this is just this, this is just that. And when it says expansion specifically, this is above and beyond what they're already doing. This means they're expanding their plans for multi-platform. They're doing more. That's why this job posting exists. This is a new title that is forming a new team that is going to report to them, that is going to lead this initiative for bringing their games to more places, including Xbox and PC. And I'm pumped about that because, man, I hate when you feel like you have to buy a console for one fucking game. Because you want to play that one game, there's nothing else you care about, there's nothing else you're interested in. You don't ever plan on investing in that ecosystem too much. You don't ever plan on playing too many different things because there's not much else out there. And there's one game that you just really fucking want to play. And it's the only way you can do it is to buy that fucking console and to play that game. And then when you've gotten your fill, it's like, well, all right, what do I do with this thing now? It sits there and it collects dust. I think as gamers, we should all be done with that shit. Let's just fucking play the games wherever we are on our preferred ecosystem or preferred place to play. Yes, maybe the publisher of that game makes a little less if it's a first party, if it's in a different storefront. Who the fuck cares? It's not sales they were getting anyway. They're getting more sales than they would have ever gotten by putting their games in other places. So let's just focus on that. Let the hardware speak for itself on the merits of the quality of the device that you're playing on, the power, the value that it provides to you with the features and the services, the subscriptions, all these other kind of things, let those speak for themselves and be the deciding factor of where we decide to play, of where we find the most value. Not the fact that you have one fucking game that I want to play that makes me feel like I gotta go buy the box so that way fucking Twitter warriors can go champion and celebrate. Well, they sold more fucking hardware. Yeah, well, there are also a lot of people on those fucking devices not buying any fucking games. And if you don't think that's true, ask PlayStation why they're doing this. Go ask them. I remember back in the day us all talking about what it would be like in the future if there's like a one console future. If there's just like, you can buy a device and you can play any fucking game. And maybe there's multiple different devices you can just choose from, but they all have access to every game. There's just one ecosystem, one thing. It's kind of what Xbox fucking announced. It's what Xbox is kind of doing. And I didn't see a lot of celebrating last year. I see already people celebrating this now with PlayStation that they're doing it. So, I mean, especially like the Xbox guys, right? And I've seen this a lot already on Twitter from the Xbox guys that were bitching about Xbox putting the games on PlayStation last year, and then now celebrating the PlayStation's putting games on Xbox. Either you're for it or you're not, right? Either you want to have to buy every box or you don't. Stop being wishy-washy. Either you're for gamers and us getting to play as many games as possible for the best value that we can possibly get, or you're for the companies maximizing their profits and being able to tout more sales of this or that. Personally, I would rather us be the benefactors, not the corporations. Let's go to the chat. See who all is here. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Poison Maniac for being here first. Nikita Percy, what's up? Cyber Gunter here hanging out. Nissa Hauer, BT Maverick 707. Let's see. We got I already said BT. I just said BT Maverick 707. Let's see here. We got Alvin here hanging out. Ray Oid. Ray Oid said PlayStation is dead. PlayStation is going third party. What am I missing? LOL. No jokes aside, it's good for the industry in my opinion. It's good for us. That's for damn sure. Omi Tony, what's up, man? Let's see. We got let's see, Talos Ray here hanging out. Mac 22TH54 hanging out. Let's see who else we got here. Special Nick, good day. Good day to you, Special Nick. Hope the weather's good down under. See here, we got who else we got here hanging out? Nissa Hauer, what's up? Ron Slusher is here. Cybergunner said numbers and money speak louder than any fanboy. Absolutely. Spartan661, how's it going? Berg Base Brizzle says yo, what's up, Berg? Lydian Master says yo, Mav, what's up? What's up, Lydian? Hope you're doing well. Let's see here, who else we got here hanging out? E Ranks said it's over. Yeah, end of an era. You know, like that, I think that was the mark last year. Is like we saw the kind of like the traditional thing we think of with consoles started to die last year, and it keeps moving that direction. God Emperor Sofa King, what up? Hope you're doing well. Game on Jesse, how's it going? Man, I see some of you guys going crazy already. Got Cagel Vampiro Baracho. What's up? How you doing? Torino Johnson, what's up? Alma Tony says, can't wait to see Fantastic Four for your birthday this weekend. Yeah, enjoy it. We all loved it. We all thought it was fantastic. I'll tell you, there's, I don't want to spoil things, but there's specific scenes in that movie that is some of the best stuff Marvel's ever done. And like it was jumping off the screen. It was like wow factor shit and melting my eyeballs. Absolutely loved it. King Webb says no more exclusives. Maybe some here and there, you know, but overall, yeah, moving away. They're moving away from that stuff. Vedger says I will not bet on a PS next gen. I will leave PS for PC. F PlayStation. Hey, I mean, if you play on PC, you're going to be able to get pretty much anything and everything, and I think that's just kind of where consoles are going. Like consoles see like what the access to PC is, and more people are playing on PC, and it's just like why not do this fucking same thing on consoles and make those devices more open? And I think that's just kind of what's happening now. Ghost Victor, what's up? How's it going? Cybergunner said, could this be a sign of Game Pass possibly going to PlayStation? Oh, shit. I don't know, man. And it's crazy. Like, there might have to be a different tier of Game Pass for that. Like, because there's so many third-party games that are in Game Pass day and date. Either they would have to figure out some kind of, like, different revenue sharing system for Game Pass on PlayStation, or there would be a different tier that doesn't include a lot of the third-party day and dates, and it's just like the Xbox day and dates, the Xbox first-party day and dates. I don't know, but there's enough Xbox first-party day and dates now with a good back catalog and library that I could see the more games that get put on PlayStation, there being a value there. Yeah, it's an interesting thought, man. I know Xbox would love it, but I just don't know with like, okay, like Clair Obscure Expedition 33 or Wu Chang Fallen Feathers or some of these games that come like day and date that are third party, you know, is PlayStation going to be cool with that, right? Because that would drive more people to sign up for the subscription services, not theirs. Maybe there's a way that would work. I don't know. Shapeshifter says, Caitlin, do you like tiramisu? Oh, you were answering already?
I love like coffee and the flavors, but I don't think I've had a good one.
Yeah, you love the coffee and the flavors, but you don't think you had a good one? Yeah. Yeah, she didn't think she had a good tiramisu. Yeah, I don't know what the Taylor. What is the Taylor ham thing?
It's like a processed. Think of like bologna,
Uh
but
huh.
it's like pork, even though bologna is kind of pork. It's like
Right.
it's like a meat. It's like a from like New Jersey. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay,
It's like
cool.
a Jersey thing. It's a processed meat from Jersey.
Processed meat from Jersey. Okay, right on. Jay Rembert, what's up? Appreciate everybody being here, hanging out, impromptu stream here on a Friday night. You guys rock. Spartan661 hit us with 5 fun speculation memberships. Appreciate that. Absolutely awesome. Appreciate the support. Again, on this channel, support is never expected. It's always appreciated. So thank you for the gifteds. Choo-choo motherfuckers. Always expected, never appreciated. No, I'm just kidding. Opposite of that. The Sony paid big for Diablo and PS Plus. Yeah, it was crazy seeing that there. You replayed the Fantastic Four comment just for your wife to get her hyped up too. Yeah, it is fucking great. Kate loved it for Pedro Pascal.
I love the movie though.
Yeah.
But he's fucking hot in it.
Jay Rembert with the $2 says, I hope Spider-Man is the first game ported. Yeah, I don't know. Like, so we'll see Helldivers 2. I mean, with that Insomniac tweet, that could be possible. That might be possible. I don't know. But you could see like The Last of Us, you know, because they have the show and everything going. You know, you could see Spider-Man. You could see Uncharted, like the older titles. They have like a collection. You know what I mean? You can see like a fucking collection happening. all that kind of stuff.
He thought you were a Jersey boy.
You thought I was a Jersey boy? Nah, and I'm from Texas. I'm from Texas, if you can't tell. We down here in the South, down here in Dallas, Texas area. Yeah, you thought I was a Jersey boy? No. So I'll throw out a Jersey accent every once in a while, you know what I mean? Just for the fuck of it. The PlayStation community has been very quiet about the news. I think they're in processing mode. But I have heard a little bit of this. Shapeshifter says, I love the date night vlogs. Oh, hey, thank you. Yeah, so me and Kate launched a new channel called Sup Babe. So it's Sup Babe Network. And we have like...
Sup, babe?
Yeah, we have like 4 or 5 vlogs up now. Yeah, and it's just something we're starting. We're going to be doing a podcast together too. Kind of like lifestyle, husband and wife, like food, all the things. Yeah, just all the things. I just posted a video about Fantastic Four on that channel a little bit ago as well. So you can check that out. So yeah, that's over on Sup Babe Network, and more content coming there. We're kind of doing some stuff together. But yeah, it's separate from the fun speculation, absolutely separate. But yeah, look for, if you like other stuff besides just gaming, go check that out for sure. Ghost Victor says, I'm glad I've always had every console, never cared too much about the console war side of things with gaming. Yeah, I just fucking love games. You know what I mean? Like, and Xbox has been my preferred place to play because I love the ecosystem. And I love a lot of the first party games that they've made. I also like a lot of PlayStation games. I like some Nintendo games too, right? But not as much on those other two as I do Xbox. So I feel like I need those other consoles to play games sometimes when I want to play them, but I don't use them a lot, right? For me, it'd be better, and I would buy more of those games that they make if I didn't feel the need to have to buy a whole specific piece of hardware. And honestly, like with Nintendo, it's like their hardware is so limited. You know, like I want to love it a lot and look forward to all the games, but like you see stuff like, okay, Borderlands 4 is going there now, and it's like not even going to hit 30 frames per second and stuff, and like there's different reports like that. Like it's so behind on that stuff, and it's like if you could just play all the games in one place, those companies make more sales on games. Now Nintendo's kind of the outlier because they make so much profit on the hardware itself because it's so dated. Like they're using really outdated tech and stuff as far as performance and all these other kind of things go, that it ends up being to where they're making a lot of profit on the hardware like day one. So when they're selling their hardware, that's kind of like the games are almost like a motivation to sell the hardware, and then that goes back into being able to sell more of their first party games, which people love, Nintendo first party stuff. But like for me, man, I wish I didn't have to. Like, it'd be badass if I could just fucking play those games on my PC or on an Xbox or whatever, right? Like, if I could have a console hybrid device, plug it into my TV, and play everything, that'd be awesome. So Nintendo will be the last holdout on that because their model is so much different than PlayStation and Xboxes. But eventually, maybe you'll see them. Like, I'm talking about way in the future. I don't know. PlayStation's doing it faster than I thought they did. They were going to, though. And, you know, it'd be interesting to see, like, what's first for PlayStation. You know, like, that should be a poll in the chat. Like, which first-party franchise will go to Xbox first? Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War, Spider-Man. Interesting. I mean, would y'all think it would be one of those 4, or are y'all looking? I know I've heard some people out there saying maybe it's something like Returnal. you know, something like that. I mean, technically, Stellar Blade is PlayStation Studios as well. Stellar Blade could go to Xbox. That wouldn't surprise me if that happened even sooner. Or maybe I don't know. Was that even announced already? I'm not sure. Yeah, Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War, or Spider Man. You can't put 5 there, right? Because I'd put Horizon also as an option. But yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people think Spider Man, but like I think Uncharted or Last of Us. No, and Last of Us, Uncharted, Spider Man. There was one more that I had said. Yeah, I put Horizon. Oh, God of War. Yeah, God of War. I mean, maybe God of War because like they're trying to use that as like this is PlayStation's identity. You know what I mean? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see though. But I think the older like catalog will happen first. Like some of like the games that have collections, like if Last of Us, you have Last of Us, Part 1 and Part 2 remaster collection, right? You could have fucking Spider-Man 1 and 2 with Miles Morales as well thing. You could have an Uncharted collection. You know, kind of like what Xbox putting Gears over there, right? It's a game we haven't seen a new one in a while. Putting the first one up. Maybe PlayStation ends up putting their first games up again and doing like remasters again of some of their older titles, like a Uncharted 1 remaster, and put it everywhere. I don't know. Killzone, yeah, the infamous, like maybe like some of the old school titles, like remaster, bring them back out. I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see what they do, but it will be something because this is an expansion of their multi-platform strategy. So definitely goes beyond what people were thinking originally with just some games of service games. Like games like Marathon, we already know was announced for Xbox, right? Helldivers 2 had already just been announced. It's coming to Xbox. Maybe they see that hey, this is gonna do well over there, and like I don't know I don't know what has prompted this specific job posting at this time, but I think it was eventually going to happen anyway. But yeah, it's as clear as day what their motivations are now. You think they'll do the Uncharted collection? Uncharted collection would be awesome for Xbox, man. I mean, you got multiple games there. You got great quality games. It's something that people have only played on Xbox, never really got a chance to play. It's actually my favorite PlayStation franchise. You have Ratchet and Clank games. Yeah. You don't really care about the games. You're in it for the tears. Man, I'm in it for the games. It's fun. Some of the tears is funny, right? Some of the tears is funny. But overall, man, like we all benefit as gamers from this kind of stuff. Like, like let the hardware speak for itself, not based on the fact that there's one game that you can't play somewhere else. The gatekeeping mentality and celebrating success of sales and all these other kind of things versus other things, like it doesn't benefit gamers. None of that shit benefits gamers. The fucking games that we get to play is what benefits us. And having to buy expensive things to play games doesn't benefit us. Like being able to access more games from the things you already have does benefit us. Yeah, and like when next gen comes around and technology improves, you can decide, okay, is this the time I take the leap to get something new, more power, so I can have more performance in my games, better graphics, take advantage of some of these new graphics card features with enhanced ray tracing, or whatever the new thing is at the time. We can look at, is now the time that I upgrade and I take advantage of all that stuff? It'll be up to decision, not based on gatekeeping anything. It'll be just based on like, hey, you want more graphics and performance, and then also what is the ecosystem providing you? Is they more friendly with the accessibility across multiple devices? Are they giving a better gaming subscription that has games releasing sooner and more games in that service? Are you having better cloud save functionality, right? Like all of these kind of things. Like, hey, the stream your own game feature on Xbox is pretty fucking awesome. Nobody really talks about it. But hey, that's something, if you buy a game in the Xbox ecosystem, you can stream it if it's in that program from any device. And that's pretty fucking awesome, man. Like, so those are the kind of features like I think us as gamers should be hoping for and expecting out of the platform holders. Backwards compatibility. How much are they allowing access to the catalog of games that we own? All of these things matter more so than is one game on one place that nobody else can play. That was for the benefit of the companies to sell more hardware, to sell more games. That wasn't for the benefit of gamers. And that's where a lot of gamers get confused with that stuff. It's like that was the business aspect of it to drive hardware sales. And championing hardware sales is cool and all, but it doesn't benefit us, man. What benefits us is having more access to our fucking games at a better price. So I'm not, when anytime prices increases happen and all this shit, I'm not like, hey, it's about time. Yeah. And, you know, it's bound to happen. And back in the 80s, I remember games were $70 then. You know? And it's time. They should charge us $80 now. They deserve it. Hey, they're going to be able to make better games. They're not going to be doing all these monetizations. All that shit. Like, bullshit. The companies charge as much as they think they can get away with. We need to stop championing the profitability of these companies, worried about all that shit. Like the conversations that come up about Game Pass all the damn time. Anything happens, like when Microsoft did their layoff round this last time, and then all of a sudden everybody's fucking talking about Game Pass for some reason. Like, Game Pass had nothing fucking to do with it. Game Pass was just something that a couple devs decided now was the time to fucking hop on this fucking anti-Xbox train and let people know how I feel about Game Pass. So let me make a tweet saying, should we talk about the elephant in the room? You know, Game Pass? Fuck you. The stupid tweet. Wrong time. It just preempted all this fucking random conversation. Then you get an article come out and tweets and stuff from people like, oh, it turns out Game Pass isn't sustainable after all. Oh, retraction. It actually is. Oops. I got everybody talking about this shit for a fucking week for no fucking reason. Exactly. Like Cage Il Vampiro Borracho says Microsoft layoffs weren't just exactly. I mean, it was a grander corporate thing. I talked about that week. But it's like anytime anything negative happens regarding Xbox or regarding Microsoft or whatever, it's like, now's the time. Let's fucking jump on Game Pass. Let's go after it, everybody. Get together, get your pitchforks ready. We're going to take down this subscription service because it's too fucking good for the consumer. I don't care if they fucking don't like it. Other devs do. I like it. As a gamer, I care about the games I get to fucking play in the service. I'm playing the shit out of Tony Hawk right now. Guess what? Guess what I spent on Tony Hawk? Just my fucking Game Pass subscription. Do I care that fucking Mr. Developer that made a game that was never even fucking in Game Pass doesn't like it? Or somebody that got laid off because their game actually sucked ass? No. I don't give a shit what they say about it. Brett Bingham says, Ghost of Tsushima comes first. Death Stranding came over after 5 years. Ghost of Tsushima just turned 5 years old. You know, could be, I mean, it'd be interesting to see Ghost of Tsushima come over. Ghost of Yotei comes out this year. I think eventually you'll see everything. Eventually you'll see everything because you're going to have access next generation to it anyway because they're putting all their fucking games on PC. So if you get a next generation Xbox at some point and it has access to multiple storefronts, you're going to be able to have access to those fucking games anyway. So why not just fucking put them in the Xbox store? Why not? They're no different than the other stores. They're just reaching more gamers. Stage 1X says that's exactly what upsets me. And then people will say, even on the Xbox side, that these sources are good, but then they do stuff like what you just mentioned. Yeah. It's interesting. It's just a lot of fucking hypocritical stuff. Like again, like I said, like the Xbox guys that are like celebrating the PlayStation news now, that were doom and glooming fucking Xbox rumors and stuff for an entire fucking year, saying how there's going to be no reason to own an Xbox anymore, all these other kind of things, and saying they're going to be fucking going to switch to PlayStation. Oh yeah, I'm going to get a PlayStation now and abandon everything I've invested in the last fucking 15 years because they're putting the fucking some games over on PlayStation. That was some people were acting like, hey, people do what they want. I'm just saying it's kind of fucking idiotic to have this library of games, to go abandon ship to something you don't have anything invested in whatsoever, and then go over there to be able to have to pay more for the fucking same games that you're playing on Xbox. And then now, when PlayStation is doing it, to see these same fucking people being like, it's good for gamers. We all win. You all fucking won last time. You were just pissed off because your brand that you were championing for so long and fanboying on fucking console war Twitter and all that shit for so long made a decision where you thought they were going to sell even less consoles. Same energy. Bro said my name correct. I'm a subscriber, bro. Stage 1X, right? Didn't I say it right? Stagione? Stagione. We know the signs and took the heat. Now it's their turn. Good news. Shout out to you, Free Bear. Yeah, like Xbox takes the heat. A lot of stuff that they go first on. They just do. That's kind of been their role for a long time. It hurts them negatively with the press. Games media likes to beat up on them time and time again. And they end up leading the way and being the most pro consumer company at the end of the day as far as gaming goes for us with the value that we're getting. But the games media cares more about the traditionalist mentality, I guess. I don't know. Free Bear says, I welcome PlayStation going multi-plat. Hear me, Nintendo? Join the party. Yeah, that'd be nice. Sub J Suede. How's it going? Yeah, I think Tim Dog was making some posts today about it, babe. It's interesting. Tim's moving to Nintendo. Yeah. Where is Tim going now? Where is Tim? Hey, shout out to Tim Dog. Where are you going now, bro? Like, where are you going? Where are you going? I'm just curious. Where are you going? Because you abandoned Xbox before this shit even went down. And now here we are in the same boat a year later. And I'm just curious, like, are you only going to play? If he makes a fucking post being like, I'm selling my PlayStation, I'm just getting a Switch. And he goes and shows a picture of him buying a Switch 2, and then he goes and changes his name to Nintendog. Nintendog. And then, like, starts making all these fucking anti-Xbox and PlayStation posts and pro-Nintendo posts and shit. And he's like, Mario! And he's fucking Mario Hearts and shit everywhere. I'll be fucking laughing my ass off. Maybe it'll happen. I don't know. You know, but like that's what I'm talking about. Like same energy. Like it. Yeah. Hey, at this point, I am rooting for Tim Dog to go to fucking Nintendo. So that way, yeah, you're right, Lydian. So that way, Nintendo will go multi-plat. He's like, let's go. You should make that post on Twitter. That's fucking hilarious. If you don't, I'm gonna fucking steal it. Nintendo. I love it. Oh man. So yeah, it's an interesting night. We'll see more. I think I wouldn't it wouldn't surprise me because of what's going on social media if PlayStation doesn't like come out and say something like, just to be clear, we know that there's been talking about a job posting, but we still believe in console exclusives, and we still believe in the vision of what our PlayStation first party roadmap and lineup is built around, and that's the adventure, third person, story driven experiences that you can only know and love on PlayStation, and those are going to remain only on PlayStation. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they say something like that, but then they will still fucking put those games in other places. The second that they start doing putting those games in other places, they'll like start to say something like, well, we have this amazing library of these story driven experiences that only PlayStation can create, and we want more gamers out there that have never had a chance to experience these fantastic franchises have a chance to play our games. And they'll say some shit like that. I'm just trying to predict the messaging that's going to happen now. But we'll see. Maybe the fallout from this will be everybody champions it, so PlayStation will lean into it. I don't know. But we all should be championing it. Like, we shouldn't be pissed off. Like, oh, there's no reason to own a PlayStation now. All this other kind of shit that they're saying about Xbox. We should be like, hell yeah. More games for more people. For if you own a PlayStation, if you own a PS5, just like I said last year when everybody's doom and glooming Xbox. If you own a fucking PlayStation, you're invested in the ecosystem, that's where you play, nothing changes for you. Absolutely fucking nothing. The only thing is maybe the games actually sell more and they get supported better because they're actually getting more sales. They have more chance of success. Not Tim Dog. Shout out to Tim Dog. At least he would be you respect Tim more if he did. At least he'd be consistent. Free Bear sent 5 fun speculation gifted memberships. Appreciate you, Free Bear. Thank you for doing that. You rock. Choo choo motherfuckers. Shout out to everybody here who got one of those subscriptions. Yeah, shout out to everybody here for just tuning in tonight. I just went live impromptu stream tonight because of all this news. We had our show yesterday. It would have been nice if this news happened yesterday instead of today. But it is what it is. Let's see here. Yeah, we got lots of awesome people here hanging out in the chat. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Like Windows Central made a post from Jez. Sony's following Microsoft's multi-platform strategy, looking to acquire a bigger third-party publishing footprint across PC and even rival consoles. Exactly what they're doing. He said, over the past year, Microsoft leapt first into some controversial decisions regarding its first-party Xbox games output, putting previously exclusive titles like Forza Horizon and many others onto rival consoles. At the time, Xbox's efforts to give up on console exclusives looked like a swan song for the embattled platform. Microsoft's Xbox hardware's sales continue to look bleak on paper, faced with relentless competition from PlayStation and Nintendo. However, fast forward a few months and things are looking a bit different. Despite weak hardware sales overall, Xbox continues to post record console playtime hours, buoyed by a string of high-quality releases and expansions into other markets with Xbox Cloud Gaming. Xbox still commands millions of active users, so much so that even arch-rival PlayStation itself has adopted the self-published Helldivers 2 onto the Xbox platform. And it looks like Team Blue isn't stopping there either. New job listing on PlayStation's official Greenhouse hiring platform shared with us Hazador on X suggests that PlayStation is ready to follow Xbox. Same stuff I read earlier regarding the job posting. And yeah, like if you look at the job posting, like the people that are trying to downplay it specifically, I mean, there's definitely language in here that leads, it's not just the games that are already there, right? This is like, that are already third party or not just the games of service things. This is a strategy that they have looking to expand their library of games into more places. And they even use the word expansion. So it says this role is accountable for optimizing title profitability, ensuring cross-functional alignment, and leading a high-performing team focused on multi-platform expansion, mid-range commercial planning, and platform partner management. They even have a couple of job postings that are going to be within this, underneath this new title. They'll be reporting to this person that actually specifically for Xbox and PC as well. Hey, it's Eggy says, "Where's Nib at? I expect a novel on Twitter by the end of this weekend." Man, Nib's been busy. He hasn't finished his last one. I saw him and Hazard were going back and forth regarding how successful Final Fantasy fucking 16 was on Xbox, of all things. Writing dissertations about the importance of that. Fuck, who the fuck cares? It was doing good. Doing good enough. Like, why does anybody care how fucking... If it's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like, fuck. It's doing fine. Anyway, I think he went out there to try and call Hazardor, like, disingenuous for saying that they were doing good at having number 4 and on the charts for sales on the Xbox platform. And then meanwhile, he goes and he writes another dissertation on this. And I think his dissertation was already trying to downplay it. In fact, I'll actually go ahead and look it up because I think I saw it earlier. Let's see. What did he say? I saw a couple people, like I said, downplaying. I think Derek Strickland was downplaying it. Talking about this will be like, I think this is probably just like MLB The Show. Well, no. I wouldn't be expanding anything, now would it? Okay, yeah, so, yeah, Nib had said... Huh? Oh, you're talking to dogs? I thought she just said stop. I was like, stop what? I was like, you want me to stop? A job listing at... This is what Nib said. A job listing at Sony seeks a role to assist a commercial strategy for PlayStation Studio titles beyond PS hardware, including Steam, Epic Game Store, Xbox, Nintendo Mobile. He said there's no mention of being limited to live service games. It does, however, imply... I don't know where he gets this. Where is the implication coming from? It does, however, imply a staggered, non-fully multi-platform day-date release strategy like Xbox is pursuing. Though in this industry, things can quickly evolve. I didn't get anything implying anything from this other than they're expanding their multi-platform plans. There's nothing here to say specifically what their plans are. So there's no implying either way. So for him to put that in there is him trying to just downplay it as if, hey, Xbox is not doing that. Remember when Xbox first started doing this, the rumors all started first, and then it was like, we're only putting 4 games, right? And then it was more, and then they came out and said, yeah, like we're going to put more games on other places. And will it still be every single game? We still don't know because there could be certain situations that happen, but I think for the most part, it's like whole slate situation for Xbox, and maybe not even everything day and date, as that hasn't happened this year. There's been games released on Xbox this year that haven't been day and date on PlayStation yet. In the future, is that more likely to be the case on bigger titles? I think so. But saying that their strategy is inherently different than what Xbox's is based on some kind of implication of this job posting is completely fucking non-existent. So anyway, he says, oversee the out-of-year mid-commercial strategy for PlayStation Studios titles across all non-PlayStation platforms. We'll be curious to see how this develops over the coming years and whether PlayStation stick to a careful, curated hybrid strategy Herman Holst announced only a few weeks ago, or something broader. If Xbox's new console is a hybrid PC, PlayStation's games would also be on there anyway. Again, just purely just trying to downplay it. So it's interesting to see like the reactions of people out there Like that guy specifically, like I don't know. I don't know how anybody can really take any of the dissertations that he writes seriously, and actually find any value in it whatsoever. The fact that people actually will engage with it and get into long form conversations about trying to have some kind of actual conversation with somebody like that. No disrespect, but you're not moving this person's thought process. Like, you're just giving them more fuel to add more words to tweet. That's it. Right. So ultimately, like, there's no value in it whatsoever because it's all so one-sided and completely from the perspective of Xbox is bad, PlayStation is good. So anyway, much like a lot of games media as well. So maybe that's why some games media will actually interact with him. He implied it out of his ass. Yeah, that's right, Brett. Absolutely implied it out of his ass. Like, it came out. The implication is non-existent there. I don't know where he's getting that from. So, but you know, that's the kind of things you expect from people on Twitter, right? You have lots of different takes out there for sure, but I think what we can look at is the actual job posting itself and not what any random person says. And if you just look at what the job posting it says, then we can kind of get some ideas about what it is. And it's just right now, the only thing we know is that they have a new position that's going to have a team under them. And that team is there specifically to expand their multi-platform strategy. What does that tell you? I don't know. But it tells me that they're putting more games in fucking more places, including Xbox, as Xbox is specifically mentioned here numerous times. So that's what we know. So we'll see how it all rolls out. We'll see what they start with. Like, again, Helldivers 2 is coming in fucking August. So we'll be able to play that. Lego Horizon may come at some point. We'll see. We'll see what the first other big title is. There will be more. There will be more. When will they be announced? I don't know. Will they be announced at a Keighley show like Xbox did with like Indiana Jones? I don't know. But we'll wait and see. Like, I don't know if I'm PlayStation and I have a lack of first party titles, maybe this is a way you can kind of make more money in the meantime by re-releasing some of your older shit in other places to keep the revenue going of first party games, you know, while you're cooking on the next big games. So I think we could maybe see some of that, you know, like that's why I think you see more of the older titles come, or maybe some collections and stuff like that. Some of the remasters and things, maybe games that launched early this generation, stuff like that, last generation games and stuff. I think you'll see some of those things. And it'd be hilarious though, right? Imagine Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart with all the conversations only fucking possible on that SSD, right? Now we already know that's bullshit because it ended up coming on PC and other places and stuff too. Imagine it goes to Xbox and it's playable on the fucking Xbox Series S and Xbox Series X. Like, Rift Apart. That the whole conversation earliest generation about that fucking game was hilarious. Imagine Rift Apart goes to Xbox. I'll be laughing my ass off. Brett Bingham says we need to get a welfare check on Jeff Keighley. I hope he isn't hanging from the calendar. You know what's funny is I think people like Jeff Keighley too will blame Xbox for this. That people that want to see the traditional approach, people that want to see that kind of stuff, the old school minded and stuff, like, I want to buy a box that makes games only on that box and I want to feel special, right? I think that people, because Xbox always kind of carves a path a lot of times. Like they do gaming subscription with Game Pass. They did originally Xbox Live. All these different kind of things. The first company to do something and then other companies copy, the blame will sometimes go on the first company. Whereas this was in the grand scheme of things, I think for PlayStation generally anyway, because they've been talking about more multi-platform all generation. And now we're seeing that this actual job posting and their whole expansion plans, right? So ultimately it's gonna be it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, shout out to everybody here with Psychonauts, this whole slate. Force One, shout out to you. Says no PS6. Remember, if we don't actually get a PS6, and King David's been calling that this entire generation, I'll be fucking laughing my ass off as well. But I think there will probably be a PlayStation 6 because they still sell hardware, and there's still a PlayStation massive fan base that will buy the next consoles, and they will get their iterative upgrades on the consoles and the hardware. And maybe not till 2029 though. I don't know when we'll get a PS6, but it'll be a while. And I think the technology have to be advanced enough to the point to where, you know, console enthusiasts on PlayStation feel justified upgrading from their PS5s. As of right now, like, why would you? You know, there's just now being able to really get really well optimized games for this generation. AJH says, not game related, but Happy Gilmore 2 dropped today. Yeah, we're planning on watching that in a little bit here. Shout out to you, Web Dave. What's up, man? Brett Bigland says, PlayStation is like the likable F-up son in the family, and Xbox is like the hardworking, intelligent, successful son that is rejected by his dad. Yeah, maybe, man. I don't know. Like so what is Nintendo? Like the step cousin that's over there just like fucking doing his own thing, like twiddling his fingers in his ass or something? Like, I don't know. Like, what is Nintendo? Just like, oh, and everybody's like, oh, he's so cute.
Why does he have to be twiddling them in his ass?
I don't know. Oh, look at him. He's so cute and adorable doing his own thing over there. Oh, little Nintendo. Oh, he'll never grow up. Stage 1X. Little ass picker. I mean, bro, people were buying the Pro and they don't have the TVs to see those best features. They're going to buy the 6 regardless. Yeah, but how many people are buying the Pro? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like they make a few million sales on the Pro, I think. But, like, it's not the... Like, that's for a specific group of the PlayStation enthusiasts. It's not the main leading go-get drive for their platform right now. I mean, they're still selling more regular PS5s and Pros, I think. Like, I think they only 10%, I think it came out, like, even PS4 Pro is only, like, 10% of users on PlayStation had a PS4 Pro over a regular PS4. So, it was, like, it was a small percentage. So, at this point, like, what's the percentage for PS5 Pros? Is it more than last gen? Is it less? I don't know. If $700 a pop, I think it might be less. But they're still buying it. There's enthusiasts that are buying it, and nothing wrong with that. But it's not. That's not like saying that's not the same thing as like a PS6, right? Where it's like this is the new leading platform for us. Let's see. Look, he's picking his nose and eating his boogers. Oh, the guy in the corner? Yeah, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, no, I'm not, but maybe I will. No. Yeah, no, it's the little step cousin in the corner. Yep. Oh, Nintendo, he's so cute. Look. Psycho says, I haven't sold PS5 Pro in months. I probably sold 10 since launch. Yeah, you're probably selling a lot of PS5s, though, I would imagine. Still selling some Xboxes, I would assume. Maybe not a whole lot, but yeah, in the US, Xbox is still a popular platform. PlayStation is more so, and then you have Nintendo. Where those are going to sell like hotcakes, right? WebDave says awesome news. Yeah, absolutely awesome news. I sound like an ant. Oh, like that's like, oh, he's so cute, little Timmy over there in the corner. This is playing his little Nintendo. Look at this little Nintendo over there. He's this. I just love that he loves those little games. Yeah, Web Dave, which game you gonna play first? Which PlayStation game you gonna play first on your Xbox? I guess we'll find out which one comes first. Let me end this poll, speaking of, and we'll see what the chat had to say. What's hitting Xbox first? Spider-Man 57%. Last of Us 21%. Uncharted 12%. God of War 8%. Wow. Heavily on the Spider-Man. I think Last of Us would be not crazy. I mean, they have the show. You know, they have made more remasters and shit and re-releases of Last of Us than anything else. So, if they did The Last of Us, it would make sense. Another reason to release The Last of Us again. And hopefully it's the last of The Last of Us, if that happens. But yeah, I've already played the first Spider-Man. I thought it was a good game. Second one, I don't know. I didn't like Miles Morales. Second one didn't really interest me that much. As far as Uncharted, I would like to see Uncharted happen. I'd like to see like an Uncharted collection come to Xbox, because that's just my favorite PlayStation franchise. But we'll see. I mean, who knows, man? Ghost, would it be a surprise? Let's say they just out of the blue, right? Hey, like one of their new big titles that they announced. Because we know Intergalactic's going to PC day and date. I'm pretty sure it was. I think that one was announced it was going to PC day and date. Like, what if the newer titles that they're just announcing, the big ones, end up going day and date to Xbox as well? I wouldn't put anything past them at this point. Right? Like, console war's over. It's done. It's about picking your device in the ecosystem that you love and just buying games on it. Right? Torino Johnson says, Marvel had a missed opportunity with the Fantastic Four releasing. There were scenes in the Fantastic Four First Steps movie. Took straight out of Marvel's Ultimate Alliance game. They should have re-released it. Yeah, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, man. That's one I want to fucking see on Xbox, on PlayStation and stuff. I want to see the Nintendo exclusive one, the last one that came out, everywhere. It's a shame that that's fucking locked away on the Switch. It could look and play so much better in other places, man. It'd be so cool. If they did Ghost, I would definitely double dip, Stage says. Yeah, which game would you double dip for? I'll tell you one for me, but this will be one that I think is the least likely to happen, is Gran Turismo. I would easily double dip on Gran Turismo. If they put it on PC or Xbox, 100%. I don't know if I would double dip on Ghost. Maybe I would. Uncharted Collection? Maybe. Last of Us? Hell no. God of War? Hell no. And definitely not fucking Horizon. Fuck that. Hey, keep that one. Keep it. Please. Wait, I don't want your games of service fucking Horizon either. That franchise sucks. So boring. War's over in Xbox One. I don't think there's, I think like we won as gamers, really. Like if this happens and we get more games everywhere, yeah, maybe they still have a couple of exclusives here and there or whatever. But we win as gamers when we are not forced to have to buy something specific just to access a game. when we get more value, more access, we win as gamers. That's something that was lost on a lot of people last year when Xbox started making their news and announcements with this stuff. And really, I mean, the PC community has lived in that world for so long with so many different titles. Xbox started putting their games there. PlayStation had just started as well. But, you know, they've also had emulation for a long time and other ways of getting games on PC and everything for so long, and like past libraries of games on old hardware, all this kind of stuff. PC gamers have been eating good for a very long time in regards to all this stuff. And console gamers have that traditional mindset of, you know, feeling special because of the box and the games that are only on that box, and that's the identity of the platform. And if it loses that identity, then it's no longer special, and it's killing everything it stood for, and that's what was pissing people off. Whereas if you just actually take your step away from that mentality and just step back and look at it, your situation doesn't change, your experience doesn't change. Only thing that it changes is other people get to have the experience a great game. And like a lot of people are experiencing Forza Horizon that never got to play it before. And that's helping the franchise. It's helping fund development probably of more Forza Horizon. And it's helping Playground become even more of a successful studio. And for us as gamers, that's a net positive there, as long as we keep getting more good games from them. And if you can still access your games, you still get them in your subscription service, all these other kind of things that we've come to know and love, like none of that stuff was changing. And I feel like people have kind of come to understand that a little bit more so than the original, when the news was originally going down. Because guess what? All the people were doom and glooming and yelling and crying and all this other shit for the last year and a half or whatever, still playing their fucking games, still getting excited that new games are coming, still accessing their games the same fucking way. And guess what? If PlayStation does it, and you don't own a PlayStation console, you're going to be able to buy a game that you didn't ever get to buy before. And if you do own a PlayStation console, nothing fucking changes for you like it didn't for Xbox. You can still buy a fucking PlayStation 5, or you can still have your PlayStation 5 or whatever you have, and you can access your games the way you always have. And hey, cool. Give me more access to more games. Let's go. All right, everybody. This was fun tonight. I appreciate y'all coming through on this impromptu MAVCast. This is second solo stream I think I've done since, well, third, because I did a game stream the other night. I streamed Tony Hawk, which is awesome. You guys fucking played Tony Hawk 3 and 4 remaster. I don't see any fucking body talking about it, but it is so good. Play it. It's so fucking good. It's in Game Pass. I'm playing it on my PC and on my Xbox. I love it. I absolutely love it. But yeah, I streamed that the other day. I did a couple of I think one other solo stream. We've been back for maybe like 3 or 4 different podcast episodes now. Had one last night. Check that out. Again, me and my wife are doing a new channel also called Sup Babe Network, where we do vlogs and kind of lifestyle stuff, hang out, just kind of shoot the shit while we're driving around or getting food or going to a movie or whatever it is, date night, whatever it is we're doing. So check that out. That's on the Sub Babe Network's another channel. And other than that, everybody, I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight, for the support you guys show, for always showing up here for Fun Speculation. And you rock. We'll see what happens in the next coming days regarding this news. But don't cry. It's okay. Don't cry, PlayStation guys. Xbox guys. Round of applause. All right. Peace out, everyone.
Bye.
Peace.